This is TechVibe Radio, your front row seat to Pittsburgh's technology and innovation ecosystem. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Savier at savier.com. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. Good morning, everybody. So glad you're spending Sunday morning here with us on TechVibe Radio. Audrey, today's one of those shows I get excited about because we have a repeat guest. We like having some of our top companies come back and update us on what they're up to because they're moving, they're grooving, they're doing new stuff. And that is such the case with 1486 Labs. And they're doing some very unique stuff around all things data. Data is what's driving the world, man. And so we have Kate Gallo hanging out with us. Kate, thank you for being with us today.
Great to be with you guys.
Yeah. So Audrey, you know Andy Hanna, of course, who founded 14.
Yeah. I love this. I want to, let's just set the table to start. What's 1486 Labs? Let's talk about that in the vision. I think let's get to that and people will understand the uniqueness and the comprehensiveness of what, the target for the labs are.
Definitely. So 1486 Labs was co-founded by Andy Hanna, who you both know very well known in the Pittsburgh scene as a tech and data guy. And 1486 Labs aims to produce products that help data professionals and regulate the data market. So there's a whole lot of questions around data, around buying data, and data professionals have it really difficult right now. It doesn't have to be that way, but that's the way it is because it's a new market. So our first product right now is Blue Street Data, which you'll hear me talk a lot about today. That is a marketplace and community for data professionals. We produce products that help them buy data a lot easier and more responsibly.
Talk about the relationship with the University of Pittsburgh.
We have a very unique setup at 1486 Labs. We employ a lot of students. So this is basically a student-run company. So I myself am actually a student. I graduated in December. I've worked here for 2 years while being in school.
Wait, you graduate already?
Yes. Yep. Very excited too.
Are you going to leave the lab?
I will be there full time, which I'm very excited about. We employ around 20 students at 1486 Labs. They're almost all Pitt students. We do have some Carnegie Mellon and Duquesne students as well, but we work closely with the University of Pittsburgh, who helps out a lot with, of course, driving students to us to get some students working, getting experience that way, and learning more about the data market.
And so, wait, what's your job title?
I am the platform and community manager. So I built our previous platform that we run our community on, bluestreetdata.com. And then I also run and manage our community of data professionals, data experts, and people that we bring in to help add some more education and more definition to our products.
I love that.
She's not going anywhere, Audrey. She'll be here.
Are you originally from Pittsburgh?
I am not. No, I'm from northern New Jersey, right outside of New York City. So not too far away.
And Audrey, I also want to remind our listeners, if they go to 1486labs.com, they can go there and really sink their teeth into all the things that they're doing. And Kate, what I find amazing about the companies, when Andy co-founded this, I don't think there's anything else like this in the marketplace. It's so unique and it's going to be so needed because our world is run by data. And being able to get not just the data, but clean data, stuff that is going to be right. Because if you have bad data, it means nothing, right?
There's many of other companies out there and products targeting data professionals, regulating data markets, but there's no other company that we've found that focuses on data buyers themselves. So there's a lot of companies that help out data suppliers in getting more customers, but data buyers are really just on an island alone right now. And it's really hard to find good quality data to make sure you're finding the right price. So it is a very unique company, very unique idea that Andy founded, and very happy to be part of it.
Well, not only that, it's the structure of the company and the way that it's really run by students. Mm-hmm. So can you talk about that? Because I think that also makes it clever and appealing and ever-changing and innovative.
It is the most unique internship I've ever had. And I'm guessing the most interesting job I will ever have. We have students managing other students across all work streams across the company. So any area that you're in, going to be working with other students part-time. So it is pretty much an entirely student-run engine day to day. And then we have a group of coaches and advisors that help out with leading the direction of those teams and the products. But it's really the students that are chugging along and getting things done day to day.
And it's amazing because the last time I was there, it was also heavily diverse in terms of the representation of people who worked with one another.
Yeah, it's gotten more diverse since the last time you were with us. We just this past summer added a lot more students on the team in different areas, brought our first developers on the team to build a product in-house. So yeah, we've got a lot of Pitt students, CMU, Duquesne. I don't think we've had Carlo yet. We've got students from all majors, all schools at Pitt, and it's a fantastic experience, a group of people.
Yeah, it's like a model other people could look at as a way of kind of starting something unique. And I just love it because it's retained you here in the Pittsburgh area for a bit. So that's pretty cool. So we're very, very excited about that.
The other thing that blew my mind about this when I was there and when I've talked to Andy over the years is that the leadership skills and the collaboration skills that people learn is just, you can't even build a curriculum that I've ever seen that conveys what this kind of experience is. And here's Kate, who's had that experience, developed those skills, and then she's staying on to continue to perpetuate that.
It's exactly.
Who knows? You may start a company of your own.
I hope so. I dabbled in that a little bit freshman and sophomore year and founded a company for self-defense for women in college. But 1486 is my passion now. So yeah. I'm yours.
And you just rolled out Blue Street Data, which is very exciting. I mean, we're going to go to break in a couple minutes, but I wanted to kind of set this up so when we come back, we can just dive real deep into how this works and how people can get value out of it. So tell us, what is this Blue Street Data?
So Blue Street Data is a community and a group of products for data professionals to help them buy data easier. So all of the questions that exist for data professionals around, finding the right price for data, finding higher quality of data, it is really difficult to know that you're getting the right data and high quality and that you're not way overpaying for data. So all of those questions have to be answered by somebody and they're not being answered right now. So we produce resources and products that help data professionals guide them in the right direction. And then, as I'll explain further in the future, we also have some products that sort of, show you a layer below of the data quality and score it in a way that no other company is doing right now and lets you see behind the curtain of the data set.
We're going to definitely get into AI. I want to talk about AI. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, do we have enough time to jump into that right now, Jonathan?
We're going to jump into that when we get back because it's actually time for us to take a quick break, which is why I'm so glad Kate kind of set it up. And when we come back, we're going to be hearing more from 1486 Labs. We're going to jump into the whole thing around Blue Street Data. So keep your dial tuned right here. And we'll be right back after this quick break. This is Jonathan Kirsting.
And this is Audrey Russo.
We're from the Pittsburgh Technology Council. Go to pghtech.org to check out all the ways we love helping tech companies succeed. And while you're at it, go to 1486labs.com. I'll see you on the flip side. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Every company needs to attract and keep talented people. To do it, you need a strong company story told by those who experience it every day, your employees. So invite your people to be your brand voice and let the Kindling Culture Agency gather and ignite your stories to engage and attract your people. Learn how at sparksomething.big.com. That's sparksomething.big.com. Your dial is set to TechVibe Radio, brought to you by Compunetics, Chorus Call, Highmark, Huntington Bank, Kindling, PNC Bank, and Savier. Here are your hosts, Audrey Russo and Jonathan Kirsting of the Pittsburgh Technology Council, coming at you from the Huntington Bank studios. Hey, you're back listening to Tech Vibe. I told you we'd come back, Audrey. We always come back, do we not?
We always do. There's so much to talk about here. So wanna if you're just joining in, we're here with Kate Gallo of 1486 Labs. So if you want to look that up while you're listening, that might be really cool because there's so much to pack in. But we had a chance to talk about 1486 Labs, student mostly run, right? Mostly run by students through leveraging all the little college row that we've got that emanates right from the University of Pittsburgh. So really exciting stuff, and got an update that Kate is now going to graduate and join as a non-student employee, which is pretty cool. And so she's essentially a transplant from the East Coast and setting up shop here. And I got to tell you, if you hear someone who has juice about her work, she has it. She's got it. So here with Jonathan Kirsting, and we have Kate Gallo here, and we're talking about all things data, all things that are going on in 1486 Labs. Check that out. And also, Kate, you mentioned about a link to Blue Street Data.
While we talk about Blue Street Data here on the show, bluestreetdata.com is where you can go to access our community, our products, and learn more about all the things we'll be talking about today.
Yeah. So who's buying data, for crying out loud? I didn't realize there's a marketplace for it. Please educate us on this. We love it.
Yeah, so data is one of those things that, people think that you have to have the word data in your job title to actually work with it. That is not the case. Almost every single company buys data. And so even if, listening to this, if you're thinking, oh, my company is in retail, like we don't work in data, we're not in tech. Chances are someone at your company buys data from somewhere. It might be, you might be buying an email list, you might be buying customer data, you might be buying data to help with fraud detection in finance or banking. It's all across any industry pretty much. And so we really focus on helping anyone that touches data, and mostly those decision makers in data. So people that are actually searching for the data themselves, looking to buy it from a data supplier, or a vendor looking to actually acquire those data sets and implement them into what they're doing.
Yeah.
What does it mean for AI?
So yeah, AI has, as it continues to over the past couple of years, just explodes more and more. And AI needs data to run. It can't run without massive amounts of data. And if the data is not high quality, then the AI models and algorithms are not going to be high quality either. They're going to be giving you false results and hallucinations. So that data itself, the quality of it is incredibly important. So that's one of the main pillars that we focus on at Blue Street Data is getting people high quality data. That's one of the things that our product team, Wyatt Schroth, the manager of our product team, developed this past summer, something called the BQI, Blue Street Data Quality Index, for data sets. And that is a way that anyone who's searching for data, any data set that we have on our platform or data supplier, you can see behind the curtain of what the data quality is for that supplier or that data set in a way that is nowhere else on the market right now. So you can see, does this data set, is it actually high quality, or is it just listed at a super high price? And I think it's high quality because it's really expensive. So
for people who are using, AI, whether it's open or whether they're, buying a subscription, what are some of the opportunities and the things that they need to be thinking about as it relates to what they're extracting and what they're leveraging?
Right. So I think if you're using AI, day to day, you definitely need to be looking into where the data has come from that goes into that model itself. That's really important because obviously, again, the answers that you're getting from that model are not going to be correct if the data is not correct and accurate and high quality. Making sure that the product that goes into the result that you're getting is high quality is really important. And then, you can also be using AI tools to be searching for data as well. And I know people use AI models to be looking for data sets to be helping them implement it. So yeah, it's a great tool to be using as long as you know to look into the quality of the tool first.
But what do we do? What's your advice to some of those people who are sitting out there thinking that they've got the pearls of wisdom at their fingertips?
I would say,
like at Thanksgiving, when you go visit some of your family, what do they say? Well, I'm using, ChatGPT.
yeah, I think, there's definitely a lot of education that is lacking around data and AI right now. Again, one of the pillars we focus on is increasing the education around that. So I always try to push people back to the basics of making sure that they understand, maybe even how to prompt an AI large language model if you're asking questions. I know a lot of people use ChatGPT daily. When you're on Chrome, Google, anytime you search something now, there's that, AI response that pops up every time. And they do list at the bottom, you should be cross-checking these answers, but most people don't do that.
We're going to be talking to Uncle Jonathan at the dinner table, and Uncle Jonathan is going to say, I know what I'm doing. I don't understand what you're talking about, Kate.
It's like my prompting abilities are amazing, so I I know
everything now. I'd like to be at your Thanksgiving dinner table.
I think, yeah, in terms of sort of helping people use AI day to day, regardless of level of education, I think just reading about how to use that in an accurate way, in the way that's going to pair with what you need it for, whether it's someone day to day, like Uncle John, trying to look up a recipe for how to cook turkey at Thanksgiving dinner, or whether it's someone in finance, again, trying to do something where they have a lot more understanding of, how the model itself works.
So Kate, I feel like the whole world of AI and data is kind of like the Wild West, and you're now kind of like the first set of rules or some semblance of sanity to help kind of guide this and everything. Could you maybe just kind of walk us through a scenario as to how like a customer would actually like use this? Like maybe give us like a little bit of like a use case, because I would just love to know like how somebody would be like, yeah, I'm trying to do this. I need the right data. I got to ensure it's like the best quality data, and I can go to bluestreetdata.com in order to do that.
We have two main products right now, one of which is our community of resources, and one is the PQC, Price Quality Choice Engine by Blue Street Data. We just launched that this summer. So that PQC engine is a way to search for better data and higher quality data. So that's essentially just a search bar like Google or Amazon, and you can search in sort of any type of data you want. For instance, Uncle John at Thanksgiving, if he's looking for any type of data, he can type in that search bar, and he can filter by the specifics of what he needs for it. And it's very easy to use for anyone, regardless of data education level, given that it's just a search bar.
Yeah.
We've made that product to make sure that people of all data education.
I love it. And then as you start pulling data, does it like suggest other data that you might be interested in because you looked at this data?
Yeah, we just launched our MVP this summer, and we're launching our next version in the spring. So that'll be one of our next features. The main feature that we're really excited about right now is that data quality index that shows you behind.
And I think quality just being so important. Like you said, that's the foundation of everything. So that's the first thing you got to nail, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's that, if you don't have the right ingredients going into the recipe is not going to taste good. So
now I'm feeling hungry for Thanksgiving dinner, and it's right around the corner. This is very exciting. Well, Audrey, I tell you what, like I've learned so much today because first off, of course, Pittsburgh is home to a company like 1486 that's not only kind of fed through the University of Pittsburgh, where there's students that are running it, but then it's creating a whole new marketplace for data. Like I've never heard this before, but of course that happens in Pittsburgh, right?
So Kate, what do you love about staying in Pittsburgh? What do you love besides 1486?
The tech and startup scene here is phenomenal. The fact that it's growing and accelerating so quickly is what makes me so excited. It's a city that feels like, a large city in a small town all at once. The people here are phenomenal, and I love the culture here. It's hard workers, but kind people.
So, glad you're here, Jonathan and I are going to come work for you.
Yes, that's the plan, man. Tell us where and when we'll be there.
Yeah, just tell us. We're coming to work for you.
Absolutely.
Don't work us too hard, though.
Yeah, I'm old. Kate, you are the best. Once again, 1486 Labs, go to 1486labs.com or go right to bluestreetdata.com. Start searching around, find some data sets. We all need our data. Kate, you are the best. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for TechVibe. Audrey, I tell you what, we're just about a week away from Thanksgiving and all this talk of recipes. I might have to go and use some AI to come up with something new and fun or productive. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, but you might want to dive a little deeper than just, going out on your silly chat GPT.
Yeah, we'll find out. So, Audrey, always great hanging out with you. Love doing the show. Remind everybody, if you want more Tech Vibe, just search for us wherever you get your podcasts. We have literally thousands of interviews about all the great stuff happening right here in Pittsburgh, just like 1486 Labs. Have a great weekend, everybody. Go to pghtech.org. This is Jonathan Kirsting.
And this is Audrey Russo.
Every company needs to attract and keep talented people. To do it, you need a strong company story told by those who experience it every day, your employees. So invite your people to be your brand voice and let the Kindling Culture Agency gather and ignite your stories to engage and attract your people. Learn how at sparksomething.big.com. That's sparksomething.big.com. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration and conferencing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at compunetics.com. Thanks for geeking out with us on TechVibe Radio. Tune in next Sunday for more tech and innovation stories right here from Pittsburgh. TechVibe is brought to you by Compunetics at compunetics.com, Chorus Call at choruscall.com, Highmark at highmark.com, Huntington Bank at huntington.com, Kindling at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at pnc.com, and Savior at savior.com. And we're always coming at you from the Huntington Bank Studios.